Hello, everyone, and welcome to India's most anticipated pre-MBA and while MBA programs under PrepBee operating system. In this operating system, there will be four programs, 15 courses that will cover entire MBA journey along with personal mentorship. This program will help you in terms of giving you all the essentials and will make sure that you reach from a basic to a pro level, along with making sure that you are in an ecosystem where not only you learn, but you also build your profile by different profile enhancement plugins. And at top of that, when you are ready with a good and a stellar profile, it will also help you to prepare for your placements. So yes, here we are proudly number one and first hybrid GDPI platform in India. Now, before we go ahead, PrepBee team would want to discuss about that. What are the mission, vision, values we stand for and we abide for? The mission that we stand for is to help GDPI students to convert their best B schools and convert their best opportunities in general. Now, the vision that we stand for is to create a community of MBA graduates for the better good. And to encompass this mission and vision, we stand by five pillar strategy, that is excellence, community building, impact creation, integrity building, and innovation. Right? Now, someone would say that it is good. Many companies have mission, vision, values. How can we make sure that you are following the mission and vision you have stated in this particular slide? So here I would want to present our last year AYN, that is our GDPI program, feedbacks that we have taken at different point in times, at different timelines, while the span of 3 to 3.5 months, where different students were preparing for their GDPI calls. And here you can see that based on the feedback received from 67% of the enrolled students, basically out of 100 people who have filled this form, we see that the enrollment graph, this has increased drastically. The session rating has been 4.78 out of 5. The mentorship rating has been 4.65 out of 5. Overall program rating was 4.93. So if you would see all of the ratings that we have over here is is above 4.5, right? So this sort of makes sure that what we provide is of very good quality. But again, someone would say that, hey, these are intrinsically generated results of feedback forms, right? So these can be fudged also. So how can we believe? So just to show you the real number of all the programs that we have launched till now, we have 500 plus students that we have trained. Out of them, 3508 students have converted IM calls, etc. 500 plus students were MNC hires, 50 plus students were podium finishes in case competitions, 400 plus live projects delivered till now. And let me be very honest, we have people across campuses, from IM ABC, Blackie to FMS Excel. We have people from across campuses doing these live projects with us and building their profile. And then we also have 300 plus mentors and experts on board, which we use when and where required, right? And just to have a glance through what are the different colleges and companies where the student we have trained are setting in. Now, announcing the PrepBee operating system. What is PrepBee operating system? What are the four programs that I was talking about? Right. So PrepBee is coming up with four different programs, namely EEYP, that is Early Edge Young Professionals. That is a free of cost program that will begin from 1st May. Details are coming in upcoming slides. So this program has 15 plus sessions on pre-MBA essentials. Following that, we have Young Leader Professionals program. That is a pre-MBA readiness program along with profile building and domain mastery. This program starts from 3rd May. Then we have placement mastery program, in which there will be a comprehensive preparation for SIPs and final placements. And this program starts from 14th May. Last but not the least, we have champ case competition. This program will not only teach you how to deal with case competition, it will tell you how to make presentations, how to present your deck in front of the panel, how to answer cross questioning, etc., etc. And this particular program begins from 25th May. Now, before I talk about why and like what are these programs, what are the different offerings. uh, Firstly, I would want to talk about why these four programs even exist, and like a student like you who is probably joining a B school this year, how these program will create difference in your journeys, right? So what are the major problems that a student might face or is probably facing at this point in time would be that before MBA there is a clarity gap, then in semester one, there is a execution gap. Then when it comes to case competition, there is a visibility gap, right? And when it comes to placements, obviously there is a conversion gap. So all of these gaps will be covered in all of the courses that we are bringing in, and how it will be covered, that we will obviously discuss. Now, firstly, let us talk about two cases. One case where without operating system or without guidance, I should say, I should not just say operating system, but without in general guidance, there was a person who has chosen the wrong domain, built no placement ready profile, ignored the case competitions completely, and started the prep late. They settled for an average placement. Then a person who is having some sort of guidance, who's part, maybe a part of operating system, may not be a part of operating system, but at least have some level of guidance. Then they chose the right domain early, they build a strong shortlist study profile, cracked case competition from the first semester itself, prepared before others even started, and they converted multiple opportunities and opportunities in the right domain they wanted to be in, right? Going ahead, I would just want to firstly make it very clear that how your journey before entering to B school and in B school will look like, because this will give you a lot of clarity in the sense that what is something that is call of an hour right now, that is something that needs to be done at an urgent basis, and something that needs to be kept in pipeline, that as and when you join a B school should be done at the right point in time. Otherwise, you will definitely fall in the first category that we discussed in the earlier slide, right? So the MBA roadmap that we have brought today is majorly divided into four phases. One is a pre-MBA phase, a phase before you joining a B school. Second is induction classes, clubs and committee selection, etc. Post that, the most important part, your exams, your CV freezing, and case competitions. Then, after your CV is freeze, then SIP process starts. Enter then the SIP process comes with a lot of things: psychometric test, aptitude test, a lot of tech building, interviews, case competition definitely follows through, and then again your final exams if you are not placed at right point in time, and etc. And the ad hoc MBA rigor, like your assignments, your presentations. There are a lot of things in MBA, right? So you have to deal with a lot of things. So if you don't go in MBA with the right strategy, it will create a problem, at least at the very initial phase of your MBA, right? So someone would say that, first you tell me that is there a possibility that I enroll for something or I sign up for something, and that particular program I get a in-depth understanding of what all essentials are required before joining a MBA, right? So at least give me a hindsight knowledge that what are the basics that I need to know, what are different attributes that I have to attach to my skill set today, that makes me a complete personnel before joining MBA. So for that only we have bought EEYP, that is MBA Essentials with Clarity. So, and as I mentioned, I would mention it again that this is a free of cost thing. You just have to visit website of EUIP on PrepBee's page, and you just have to enroll in that. So that is a free of cost thing, right? And if it is a free of cost thing, I don't think so. You should even think for a second, right? If you are getting this sort of exposure without paying a amount, you just have to be serious. And secondly, you just have to devote some time that any which ways you would be doing right now if you are a serious candidate, obviously. Then second thing is YLP. This particular programs talk about building MBA readiness. So it is not just about essentials, but also going a way deeper down with essentials, and post that it is also about you choosing a particular domain and building a mastery in that particular domain. How will you build a mastery? This mastery will be built by providing you with a in-depth curriculum around that particular domain, followed by a life project, followed by mentorship. right? So all of these things combined will give you much more clarity while you join your MBA, and also give you a mastery sort of a sense before you sit for your placements and before you enter your MBA, right? Then we talk about CHAMP case comp program. That talks about learning basics to advanced of how to solve a case, how to build presentation, how to present in front of a panelist, right? Everything that you require to solve a particular case comp will be given in that. But again, the question might arise that, okay, it is good that you give us complete understanding of how to build a case, but a case from a FMCG sector will be very different vis-a-vis a case from a telecom sector, right? So how that unique inputs will be provided once and when required. So for that, we will arrange case breakdown session for each and every case comp that is live. So as soon as a case comp is live, we will bring out a case breakdown session, and we will also try our best to bring people who have been podium finishers or finalists, national semi-finalists in those particular case competition to come on the platform and share insights pertaining to that particular case comp, right? Going ahead, we have placement mastery course. In that, again, you would be given a dual understanding of a domain. Like in YLP, we already talked about that you would be given a very good structured understanding of what you have to study in that domain and what are different theoretical attributes for that particular domain. But in PM, along with that, you will also get that what are different job roles, what are the major higher job roles in that particular domain, so that you have a now you have a clear cut understanding. Okay, these are the job roles I have to target in the domain I am interested in, and to target those job domain, these are the frameworks, theories, etc. I have to study around, right? So in PM, the domain mastery switches into two ways, if I should say. So post that, we have CV building and placement preparation. Yes, so any and everything that you would require in your placement preparation, from mock PIs, mock GDs, JD reviews, one-to-one mentorship, if you need any sort of assistance, CV building, CV review, everything is taken care of. Along with that, we also have few things that are very unique to PrepBee, right? So I would discuss them once we reach to the placement mastery personal slide. Now, at a surface level, if I have to talk about what are the surface level offerings or features of operating system, it is given over your slide that there are 7 domain mastery, there are profile and CV building setups for you, MBA ready from day zero. That is the agenda we are trying to build across our operating system. Then we have one-to-one mentorship, we have end-to-end help. So by end-to-end help, we mean that everything and anything that you feel is very important for you at any point in time will be provided you. Dossiers and materials is a no-brainer, definitely. Then live plus self-phase. So if you would want to sit in live sessions, you are most welcome. If because of some reasons, because of your hectic MBA life that you have to go through, if you feel that we won't be able to see all the sessions live, you will be provided with the recording too. Then case competition preparation, there is a dedicated course for that. Holistic preparation. AI tools is something that is very important at this point. It will make you market ready. That is what I would say. So the agenda over here is not just to give you the base, just to make a strong base for you, but also make you market ready. So because everyone knows that AI is something a talk of a town at this point in time. So that is why we have tried to include AI sessions in most of our programs, and obviously tweaked around those programs. So a AI course or a AI session in a case comp program will be very different from an AI session in a YLP, right? Then we have live projects in YLP and mock GDs, PI, more. We will discuss about everything in detail now. Again, as I said, that EEYP is a program that is free of cost that will take care of all your MBA essentials. So if you are interested in EEYP, firstly visit the website, see what are the offerings, what are different sessions that are covered in EUIP, which is starting from 1st May, and just enroll in EUIP. Just to talk about a little more that what EUIP exactly stands for, that so this is a pre-MBA boot camp that equips you for the MBA journey that you have to go through, right? So it is helping you from the start of the B school where you be very confident, where you feel that you know a lot of stuff vis-a-vis to the batchmates that will be joining a B school in that particular session of yours. So it has 55 plus live sessions, MBA orientation and planning that will be taken care of. Then we have Excel and presentation skills that will be nurtured around by different specific sessions. Then case analysis and framework sessions, fundamentals of MBA domain. So this will also help you to give a fundamental understanding of all the important domains that a MBA or a B school can offer, right? So by sitting in these session, you will at least have a clear understanding of, okay, these are the different offerings from different domains, and at least you can decide upon what particular domain you would want to choose upon, right? Then profile building and email writing. This is something very important. Now, email writing is something that you should start practicing because most of the communication in B school and corporates is done through email writing. So if you are not very comfortable by what are the different tools, what are the different options, how to schedule a mail, what should be the right format, what should be the right length, what should be the right tone. Each and everything is very important because before you reach out someone in a personal level, your email reaches out them, right? So that is in most of the cases the first impression. Then mindset, productivity, and networking workshops. These are also very important. You should be of positive mindset. Networking is something you would have mentioned in your YMBA, but a lot of people don't know what is the right strategy to network with a lot of people and how to build that sort of long-term networking ecosystem with them. So these sessions will help you out in that sense. And the program starts from 1st May. Now, if you would want to understand how someone can register for this particular program, see, the first step is you have to make a team of 3 people. And when I mean 3 people, these people should be from different B schools. If someone is coming from a B school, then another 2 people should be from B and C, right? So no two common B schools in a team should be there. Then visit prepbee.eeyp, visit then you can visit the apply free tab and you can just fill the form over there. For the people who are already part of AYN program, you can register for the EEYP professionals program solo as well. Now lastly, I would also want to say that you will definitely get a certificate of completion, but also you will get opportunities to win cash prizes and followed by a lot more surprises that will be revealed in the course itself, right? So next we have is Young Leadership Professionals Program. YLP basically is not just about starting early, but it is also about starting in the right direction, figuring out what is right for you. And here I would want to pitch in by telling that what actually goes wrong for a lot of people, right? So a lot of people start late without any awareness of what domain they would want to go into. They just make decisions by getting influence from their peers, from their batchmates, uninformed decisions, basically, I'm talking about. Then they don't have any practical skill readiness, right? They don't even understand what are the basic skills that are very important in an MBA school. A lot of people enter a B school without having proficiency in PowerPoint and Excel. So please understand that that is a biggest mistake one can do. Then there is no structured roadmap because you will be bombarded with a lot of things in first semester itself, right? We have seen the phase-wise start also coming it to your induction week, then a black week, then a club and committee selection, assignments, Athenium, so guest lectures, leadership talks, etc., etc. So these are the must-dos. Then on top of that, you would have case competitions coming in. You would have CB freezing exercise that will be coming in. Then summers will start some point in time. So a lot of things. So you should have a very structured roadmap so that you don't miss on any important thing, right? Post that, how YLP changes the game for you is that it will give you a pre-MBA head start. It will give you domain exposure before even you get into a B school, before even you have to sort of sit for a summers. You will get that domain exposure through a live project and through detailed workshops. Skill first preparation. So obviously, you will make sure that it is not just about theoretical understanding, but it is also about skill building in a holistic manner, right? And a structured MBA roadmap. This is very important, and this will be provided to you by a career one-to-one mentorship. So, as we have listed out different features, all the things that I mentioned, that YLP, how YLP changes the game, will be done by 7 domain mastery sessions, which will give you understanding of those domains, followed by a life project where you can apply those understanding into the life project. Post that, there will be a profile and a CV building exercise that will be done with you. You will be provided with a good CV pointer, and then you will be provided with a career one-to-one mentorship in which the mentor provided to you will be helping you that okay, these are the CV pointers given to you, but how should you prepare for this CV pointer? How should you plug and play around this CV pointer while preparing for your interviews, right? So this is also very important. Having CV pointer is no big deal, but how you have to present those CV pointer, how you will defend those CV pointer, what are the probable questions that one can ask you around the CV pointers you have mentioned, what should be the right answer to them? All of these is also very important, right? Then AI tools, as we mentioned, is something is very important at this point in time. So it is not just about giving you base level understanding of the domains, etc., giving you life project, but also making you market ready at the same point in time. And yes, the pre-MBA essentials like MS Excel, PowerPoint, etc., etc. These are a no-brainer. These will definitely be covered so that you have a holistic readiness before you join a B school. You know about the domain, you have done a life project in that domain, your mentor has already told you what are the do's and don'ts, how you have to speak around that CV pointers and everything else that is required to be talked about. Then you have a fair understanding of how to use AI tools at your discretion. And yes, the MBA essentials that are very important from day one are also totally cooked on your plate. So now you are MBA ready with a clear strategic roadmap. This is how YLP will help you. Post that, we have placement mastery course. So in placement mastery course, see, placement is something. See, life project is something that is a choice. Doing a case competition is something that is a choice. You want to do, you enroll for them, you participate. If you are not, you can leave them. But placement is something, let's be very honest, everyone in a B school is there for a placement, right? So firstly, let me talk about what a lot of people do wrong while sitting for placements, right? So the preparation without evaluation and clarity. So they start preparing around whatever companies come, whatever opportunities come. They don't have any clarity that where they want to go, where their interests align, and why this is there. This is because of they are not very clear about what are different domains, what different domain offers, what do we have to do in different job roles, right? So they don't have a clear cut profile positioning, right? So they don't have a very clear positioning of their profile, the alignment of the domain they are interested in their minds. And that is why they are literally confused. And first time when they realize that, oh, I made a mistake choosing this domain or this sector is when they land up their summers, when literally 50% of their MBA is completed, then they realize, ki, oh, this was a mistake and this was something my interest does not align at least. So now when I go back to college, I have to make sure that I change my domain or change the sector I am working in at this point in time, right? So the third point is that no exposure to real pressure, right? Obviously, because I was also fresher when I joined a B school, and the pressure that you have to handle as soon as you join a B school, and when it comes to placement specifically, it is a very tense situation. And what I personally felt is that people who were coming in with work ex, no, they were still a bit confident and they were still a bit better in terms of dealing with the pressure when it comes while the time of placements. But I have seen a lot of freshers just getting blown away by the pressure they have to go through while placement week. So if you already know, okay, that this is the drill I have to go through, why will you have that pressure? Obviously, you will have some pressure of getting placed, getting good shortlist, but yes, in hindsight, the pressure will be reduced as compared to your peers. Then late and unstructured preparation, yes. So a lot of people, they know deep down that yes, we are here for good placements, but the preparation does not stays the same. The preparation starts way ahead of when it should actually have been started, right? So how PM changes the game is that it is built on a evaluation first preparation system. So we have evaluated a complete process mapping, and then we have built a preparation ecosystem. Then there is a CV, there is a story, and then there is an interview alignment. So there is a end-to-end process mapping that I already talked about has been done over here, from CV building to story building, like building your HR answers and everything, nurturing that story, built around your CV, then preparing you for interviews, right? Along with that, real mock and pressure simulation. And how we will do that is that this time we are not just bringing a random interview setup, we are bringing two different interview setup, that is a technical round and a HR round. So if you have gauged that I am able to do well in technical rounds, but I am getting rejected in HR rounds, so then you can specifically practice for HR interviews, right? If you are someone who feels that I am not able to go through or I'm not able to sail through my technical rounds. I lack that sort of technical proficiency when it comes to clearing interviews. You can sit for technical interviews specifically. Then full placement stack coverage, and how it will be done is through the features listed over here. Seven domain mastery, as I said, but in placement mastery, I'll repeat again, the domain mastery will be very different from how is it in YLP. In the seven domain mastery, here it will also be sessions around the career ladder, and those session we will be talking about what are the different job roles that are hiring prominently in B schools from that domain, and how should one prepare from that for that job role. What are the expectations of the panelists in that job role? So it is very different from studying about that domain in general. Then end-to-end help is definitely being offered in the program. Then CV and JD review. This is very important. So CV building is very different, and obviously, when you get a JD of a company, it is very important to understand that how to go through the JD and how to prepare around JD. So this is also a very common mistake that your placement team will send you a JD that, hey, see, this is the JD of the company that is coming for the process in upcoming days. And a lot of people are literally confused now. What has to be done with this JD? Okay, I have read, I have gone through this JD, but how should I use this JD to prepare for the interview? This is something that is very confusing for a lot of people. Then the first step it is obviously in a lot of companies is psychometric test, because this is a thing that a lot of companies can still adjust upon the competency of a candidate. But the uh, if the traits or if the psychometric analysis is not up to the mark, the company will not ever shortlist you, right? This is usually the first or maybe at max the second step in any placement process. So dealing with psychometric test, having hands-on practice on psychometric test, and how you should sort of play around your answers in psychometric test. That is what will be covered in this, and then you will be also given psychometric test to practice those. Then mock GDs, mock PIs, everything will be there. And yes, because you are sitting for B school interviews, B school placement interviews, business news is something very important for you. So you will be updated with daily business news, daily business digest. And this is how a holistic placement preparation will be there for you in placement mastery course. Going ahead, we have Champ case competition that will be launched on 25th May. Champ case competition is I would personally say it's the most comprehensive case competition course that is live right now. And before telling you why it is the most comprehensive case comp, let me tell you that again, why even this course is required. What are the major mistakes that a lot of people do when it comes to dealing with case competition? So and as I am assuming that, see, the first mistake is that a lot of people don't even take case comp seriously at the initial phase in time. So this is the biggest mistake you would do. But now I will talk about the people who are taking case competitions very seriously, but still not able to sail through the initial rounds of a case comp. So first and the major problem is that you are using generic frameworks because you are in first semester of your MBA, and you obviously know the generic frameworks, the base level frameworks, and these frameworks won't help you to sail through the case competitions because these are coming directly from the corporates, right? So they expect a very practical and a very specific and a very unique result or a unique solution that you are offering to them. Then you are solving a case, but you don't have a structured thinking to solve a case, right? You are just suggesting five solutions randomly, but you don't have any backing to those solutions. You have not done any practicality analysis around those solutions. You are just suggesting, yes, these are the five things that a company would do. So random ideas anyone can suggest, no, but you are sitting there as a B school candidate. So there should be something different in your solutions vis-a-vis to a random person's solution. Then you have a weak storytelling. Now, this is a very big problem. A lot of people build very good decks, they have very good solutions, but when it comes to presentation round, they are not able to sail through because they are very weak in storytelling. They are in very weak in sort of bringing around the solution that is presented in a right manner so that it creates the same impact, right? And the last is the slide level mistakes. You don't know how to format, you don't know how to present data, you don't know how to structure the slides, what should be the right flow of the slides, in how many slides should be dedicated to a particular section of the case. So all of these things are very important, and if these things are not balanced out, it will again create a problem in terms of getting selected. So now talking about how CC changed the game. So in CCC, basically competition specific frameworks will be provided to you. So if you are dealing with a lot of case comps in FMCG sector, right? So frameworks used in FMCG sector again will be very different from frameworks used in automobile sector. If you are dealing with a case competition in finance domain, the frameworks that you will be using, the strategy that you will be using will be very different. And I hope every one of you will understand these things. Then a structured problem solving approach will be taught to you, how you should do market research, what are different research tactics one can use, etc., etc. How to analyze the research you have done, how should you do go around primary, secondary research, right? And a lot of things around that. Then, if you have built a good deck, then how should you present that deck? What should be the right strategy to present that deck? And again, the most important part is presentation mastery. Because in most of the case competition, first you are expected to submit a pitch deck. If your pitch deck is selected, then you will be given a chance to present the deck in front of the panelists. So presentation is very important. Your deck should be as impactful as your idea, right? And how all of these will be taken care of in our case comp program. Firstly, you will be given dedicated case comp preparation strategies. Post that, we will have domain-wise labs. So giving you base level strategy and frameworks and different tactics, knowledge transfer, that is fine. Then it will be followed by domain wise labs. So there will be different people coming in from different domain, case comp winners, national semi-finalists, etc., who will be talking about specific case comp to that domain. Post that, there will be also sessions around research training, because this is the building of any case solving. When you have understood the problem, then you have to do a lot of research that why even this problem exists, and if I am probably suggesting a solution, is that solution the right solution for the problem or not? So for that, a lot of research is required. And yes, just imagine someone using AI at their discretion to deal with a lot of things that are coming around in case competition journey, and someone who is not using AI. There will be a lot of difference. If not anything, you can save a lot of time in a lot of things, right? So AI for solving cases, for doing research, etc., is very important, and that is taken care of in the sessions that will come up in the program. Post that, we will also help you with 100 plus winning decks. So once you are completed with all the session, once you are have started participating in the case competition, these decks will be a very good reference point for you uh, to refer these decks to sort of see how to structure, how to build, how to present idea, and then take references, take help from these, and then build your ideas, or at least presentation for that level. And post that, you also want to have reviews, right? Because you have good understanding now. You are able to solve cases, but having an expert opinion that the solution I am presenting in the way I am presenting, is it good or not? Is it creating that impact? Or am I able to deliver as per the expectation of the case? For that, deck review sessions are always there. Once and when you require a deck review session, you can reach out to the team and they will help you in terms of booking the slot. Now, when I've talked about all the programs, firstly, I would request you that whatever I talked about was still a very surface level description of the courses. But if you would want to understand that what exactly these courses has to offer, definitely you can go to PrepBee's website. You can check on each and every courses, and each and every courses are divided into a basic plus and a pro program. So for YLP, for CaseCom, for PM, there are basic plus and pro program. In this particular slide also, you can capture what are the major differences. But if you would want to understand these differences in much detail. You just visit the website, see the comparison table, see everything, see the number of sessions that are being offered in different programs, and then make a decision which program will be right for you. Now, if someone is interested in enrolling more than one program and someone is saying that now I understand that every program is very important and every program is fulfilling a different use case. So for those people, you can subscribe for PrepBee operating system. That is again divided into basic, plus, and pro. Right. So PrepBee operating system is a combo offering which encompasses of all the three programs: YLP, CaseComp, and TM Basics. Right. So again, I'm saying go on the website, do check out website, and post that once you have seen what are the offerings by PrepBee. We have also listed down other competitors who are providing similar offerings. We have listed down the features that PrepBee is offering and the price point at which PrepBee is offering. So if you want, you can pause the video over here. You can go through these. What are the different offerings in the market? What are the price point at which these offerings are given, right? And I would suggest that also go through the features. For example, just see the available domains that PrepBee is offering vis-a-vis to any other competitor, right? Then you can see for other offerings as well that how the offerings by PrepBee is different from other competitors and at what price point these offerings are coming. And we have created this similar table for other programs also for placement preparation. For example, we are coming up with a placement mastery course. So along with that, there are other competitors who are coming up with different courses, right? So just see what are the price point of different competitors. And if you see, like for example, here you can say that the price point PrepBee is offering is more or less similar to others, right? I agree. Firstly, if you buy a course in a combo pack, definitely these prices will drop down. But again, if you would say that we are not interested in buying any other course, if we stick specifically to placement mastery, the price is more or less similar to the competitor. I agree. But then please come back to the featurings that are offered, right? The domain sessions, just compare the number of domain sessions. Then when we talk about HR answer review, see unlimited word over there. See, you will see that this unlimited word is not given anywhere, right? And when we see unlimited, people who have been with us in the AYN program will see that when we say unlimited, we also provide unlimited, right? Then preparation workshop, there are 110 plus preparation workshops. Right. Then we talk about role specific resources. We provide role specific resources. The guesstimate level, basic to advanced guesstimate level, right? So all of these things are something that one should look for. We also have psychometric and aptitude mocks. This is something that is very unique to PrepBee, that a lot of people will take session around how to deal with psychometric, how to deal with aptitude, but we will also provide you with mocks for psychometric mocks and for aptitude mocks. Going ahead, the last program we were talking about, the CHAMP case comp. Obviously, other institutes are also offering case comp preparation programs. But again, see the price point at which PrepBee is offering, others are offering. Along with that, see the features that at which PrepBee is offering, others are offering. See number of preparation sessions. We have 22 preparation sessions. See the see the this thing, this is very unique to us, the CFA case support. This is something that is very unique to us, people interested in finance. You would know that CFA has case competitions also, namely CFA research challenge and CFA ethics challenge. We provide dedicated sessions for these two. Then when we talk about domain wise prep around case competition, this is again very unique to PrepBee. A lot of institutes will give you base level understanding of how to solve case comp, and they will also tell you all of those things in depth. But again, when it comes to specific domains, the strategy, the number of case competition, the quality of cases, or I should say the content of cases, the expectation around results changes a lot. So you also need a domain wise understanding of different case competitions, right? So all of these things are something that you have to compare. Now, when we have talked about a lot of things, what are the programs, what are the price point, what are competitors doing, what are we doing? But again, the most important part is everything looks good on paper. We want to see who are the executioners for these programs, who will be the delivery providers for these programs. So please see, we have on our screen a lot of people from good colleges, from very good profiles, and what we have made sure that when you go for a particular domain, when you choose a particular domain, you will find a person helping you out with that specific profile only. A person who is having experience in that profile, who is going to work in that profile, who have seen the journey around that particular profile. We will make sure that a person from that particular background only comes and help you out in a particular domain you choose. Now, as you can see, I'll quickly glance through different mentors we have brought in this year. We have people from FMS, from IAFT, from FMCD sales part, from international sales part, from performance marketing part. Then we have people from XLRI, we have people from ISB, we have people from IMs, then SPJAN, we have people from SPJAN, we have people from IIM Mumbai. So as you'll see that we have people from a lot of good colleges, and this time it is not just about colleges, but if you also see the companies they are coming from: British Petroleum, Accenture, Strategy and Consulting, Microsoft, Amazon, Amex, Adobe, Accenture Technology, Tata Technologies, right? Then you see Adani Ports and Logistics, Nokia, Grant Thornton. So when you see a lot of good companies coming over there, right? So this is also what creates a difference. IBM, PhonePe, Aditya Birla Group, Cognizant. So this is the last thing I would say that one can present, that when we talk about good offerings, it is also important who is providing those offerings. And I have presented you the list of people who are providing these offerings to you. Then, yes, presenting you the PrepBee core team. Obviously, this will be the anchor for all of these offerings. PrepBee core team will be the anchor for all the people who are pitching in, and all the mentors, all the operating system combined together, right? So now let me talk about that. Okay, understood. This year's program look very good, but how was your last year programs? Can we have some proofs? Can we have some testimonials around that? So the last part of this video is around that only. These are very genuine Google reviews. You can just go on Google, you can read PrepBee's review around that, definitely. And yes, everything is not available on Google. Some celebrations are there in our DMs also, and I would want to show all those celebrations around. See, celebrations coming directly from our DMs. People who have been part of PrepBee's courses last year have bagged a lot of opportunities in different games competitions and in different placement companies also, right? From Mondelez to ITC, Airtel, Dr. Reddy, Bev, Tata Imagination, Galderma, Flipkart, right? And let me tell you, these are not just people who have won. I can tell you some of the people from these games competitions have also backed PPO and will be joining these companies very soon, right? So again, when it comes to case competition, it is not just about winning case competition and winning prizes, but also getting that PPO, right? Then when it comes to PM also, we have very good companies on board like General Electric, HCL Tech, British Petroleum, Accenture Strategy, ITC, Deloitte, Bajaj Consumer Care, etc. Right? So we have already proved our skill set in past years, and obviously we have improved this year in a lot of senses. Be it the level of mentorship we are going to provide, be the structure that we are going to provide, be in the recency that we're trying to bring in terms of number of sessions, quality of sessions, changing, addition and deletion in the content of the session. Everything will be there on point. Right. So if you are interested, you can visit PrepBee's website. You can contact at the particular number if you are having confusion around any courses, if you want any clarifications, and hope to see a lot of you at least in EEYP, because as I mentioned, it is a free of cost course. So just visit PrepBee's website. And if you are someone who is very serious that, yes, I want to start my MBA different from my peers, very confident compared to my peers, EEYP is something that at least all of you should start with, right? So go to the website, click on the free enrollment button, and enroll for EEYP. If you have been in this video till here, now I am assuming that you are a very serious candidate, and I wish you all the best for your MBA journey. I can promise that this journey will change your life forever and ever. in most of the cases in a positive sense only. But yes, it will come to you with a lot of learnings, and I believe that all of you will take those learnings with open hands and try to evolve you as a person in terms of skill set also, in terms of knowledge base also, and exit your MBA with a lot of good opportunities. So yes, thank you for listening and all the best for your MBA.